not be the only one who sits there and watches some of these Korean celebrities or listens to their music and wonders, how are they so beautiful? And how can I get some of that beauty myself? Today, I'm going to be talking about some of the tips, tricks, and secrets Korean celebrities have shared through interviews, social media, just different places I was able to find them and discuss them with you guys. I will be kind of reacting to some of these tips because they're pretty interesting. Some of them are diet related, some of them are more skincare and beauty related. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get into some of these beauty secrets of these Korean celebrities. Now, the sponsor of this video is the Korean Agro Fisheries and Food Trade Corporation. They are a non-profit government organization that's essentially just sharing some Korean culture. I feel like this video was perfect because I feel like I'm out here creating awareness about Korean beauty and culture myself. The first beauty secret I'm gonna be sharing with you guys is a diet-related beauty secret, and I've seen a lot of Korean celebrities talk about this, and if you're Korean or you've ever had a Korean meal, you've most likely eaten this. Have you guessed it yet? That's right, kimchi, and not just any kimchi. I'm talking Korean kimchi. Now, if you've never had kimchi before, it's essentially a fermented cabbage dish. It's served on the side of pretty much every single meal. Like I said, a lot of Korean celebrities have stated that Korean kimchi is one of the things that they use in their beauty routine to help with their overall health and the appearance of their skin. These celebrities include Jessica Jung from Girls' Generation, as well as Suzy and many, many other Korean celebrities. So let's go ahead and talk about the health benefits of Korean kimchi because there are many, and I'm just gonna touch on a couple. First and foremost, Korean kimchi is rich in probiotics because it is a fermented food. Now, probiotics help balance out the microbiome of the gut, and it is said that there is a strong gut-skin relationship and connection. So if your gut's in good health, your skin will be in better health. There's actually a study that people who have rosacea or acne are 10 times more likely to be experiencing gut issues. Because it's also fermented, Korean kimchi also is going to boost the immunity of the body, and obviously the skin has a lot to do with the immune system because it keeps all the bad stuff out. So maintaining the immune system and keeping it at its peak performance is always extremely important. It's also rich in vitamin A and vitamin C, and so it's just, again, something you want to make sure you're getting in your diet. Besides the vitamin A and the vitamin C, Korean kimchi is also rich in beta-carotene and compounds like antioxidants, and those are helpful in preventing serious health diseases like diabetes, cancer, chances of stroke, and also heart disease. And along that vein, Korean kimchi also helps lower the cholesterol. So like I said, overall, it's just a delicious way to improve your health and also improve your skin. And by the way, kimchi is delicious. I took the liberty, I act like this was like a big thing for me to do. It's actually quite easy. I took the liberty of doing like a 7-day kimchi challenge. So I challenged myself to include kimchi in one meal every single day. And I have to say, before I even took this challenge, I knew I liked kimchi. I thought it was a delicious, I guess, condiment or additive to any meal. But I basically proved it because I decided to throw it on anything. I basically tried it on tacos, I had it for breakfast, I threw it in some grilled cheese, and essentially for me during this whole challenge, it was nice because kimchi, like I said, is cabbage based. There's onions in it, there's a lot of other healthy ingredients in Korean kimchi. So in adding it to my meals, I felt like I was getting like a little side of veggies in every meal, and on top of that, fermented forms of veggies, but I quite enjoyed it. So I would definitely recommend you guys try this challenge. If you've never had kimchi before, I have a really easy way to try it. I actually was using these little individual cans from J1, which were super convenient. I'm gonna go ahead and link them down below, and I also have a discount code if you guys wanna check that out. And the reason that I like these little cans of kimchi is because a lot of times when I buy like a big jar of kimchi from the Korean store, I don't eat it fast enough. So I always had the freshest kimchi because I could get a couple servings out of each of those cans. And not only were they super convenient for that factor, but the kimchi was really delicious. That is the first Korean beauty secret. I figured since we're talking about food, I would share some recipes with you guys. So this first recipe is a kimchi grilled cheese, which was easily one of my favorite dishes that I made, and it's super simple. It's essentially just adding kimchi onto a traditional grilled cheese. So here I am just spreading a little butter onto each side of my bread. And then I like to change up my grilled cheese by adding a couple different types of cheeses. So I've got cheddar, feta, and mozzarella here. And of course, kimchi. I opted for the fried kimchi version. And then once I had spread the cheese on my piece of bread to my liking, I went ahead and added the kimchi on top. Wow, this one was so good. It completely surpassed my expectations. And since I've made this, I have made it multiple times because I enjoyed it that much. Recipe number 2 is an excellent option for breakfast. It's essentially a kimchi omelet. So as you would with any omelet, I crack some eggs into a bowl. I use 3 eggs for this recipe, and I like to include some green onions in my omelet. Green onions are a pretty common ingredient when it comes to Korean cooking, so I just threw those in there, mix it up, and then I went to heat up my pan. Now I did spray a little bit of cooking oil on the pan itself so the egg wouldn't stick, and it just gives the egg a nicer texture. And I did cook it at a lower temperature so the inside would cook, and so when I went to flip it, it wouldn't be a sloppy mess. And then of course after I flipped it and the egg was pretty much cooked, I just added the kimchi inside. Now recipe number 3 was a bit of an experiment, but I also really enjoyed this option. Now, like many people, I love hummus on toasted bread, so I just went and picked my favorite hummus brand and applied it onto a piece of toast. You can make your own hummus if you wanted to, but I usually just have hummus pre-made on hand. And then once I applied a nice layer of that, I just applied kimchi on top. This one's so simple and easy, but a nice and different way to eat this type of dish. And of course, I had to add some green onions on top. So those were a couple of the recipes that I tried during the 7-day challenge. Sung Joong-ki, who is a very famous actor, you've probably seen him in a lot of stuff, says he actually rinses his skin every night with milk. Dairy milk is actually packed with lactic acid, which is a mild exfoliant, and you also get like the soothing aspect of the milk. So very interesting, definitely something I'm gonna have to try. Strawberries are another Korean beauty secret. IU says that she eats strawberries all the time. She essentially eats strawberries not only for their vitamin content, because they're rich in vitamin A and vitamin C and a lot of other vitamins, but she also says that they are what gives her skin like that beautiful glow from within, and also her hair, that glossy shine, because IU's definitely known for her like beautiful soft hair. Sungyeon from Infinite says that he drinks a form of lettuce juice every day. He says that it gives his skin a lot of clarity, a lot of brightness, and this is essentially what he points to as the reason for him having such beautiful skin and a great complexion. This is another food-based Korean beauty secret that I have seen a couple of celebrities talk about, and that is utilizing rice water. Now, rice has a lot of benefits to it. It's known as a very brightening type of ingredient. It's also going to help soothe the skin, and just in general, it creates softness. So you could put it in like a misting bottle, mist it on your face. So Yuri Kwan actually says she drinks a tea called Pudir tea. She was saying that she drinks this tea because it essentially acts as like a car wash for the body. It helps clean your system. It gets rid of unwanted toxins. Guhara says that she actually makes her own DIY face mask. She actually was pictured on her Instagram with cucumber slices all over her skin. And again, I love this because it's something that's easily accessible to a lot of people. Cucumber has a lot of anti-inflammatory components to it, and I just love cucumbers in general. Sunhwa is another Korean celebrity that is an advocate for DIY face masks. She actually makes hers by using bean powder and mixing it in with milk. And again, you get that lactic acid from the dairy milk, and you get the exfoliant from the bean powder or bean paste or whatever she's using. Last but not least, in the DIY mask category, we have Sung Hye-kyo. I love a lot of the skincare advice she gives. I've followed her throughout the years, and I always feel like she's got very helpful tips using milk, honey, and raw egg. Again, you see the milk with the lactic acid. She says the honey is great for preventing acne and pimples. And then finally, the egg is supposed to be tightening and brightening for the skin. Another major tip that I saw a lot of Korean celebrities talk about is one we probably are not happy to hear, but that is sleep. Among them is SF9's Youngbin, and he says he tries to be pretty disciplined with his sleep, not only in the amount of hours he gets, but also tries to go to sleep around the same time if his schedule allows. He's even stated that a lot of Koreans believe going to sleep from at least 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is kind of like the beauty witching hour. Gilsung from ATEEZ actually says that he applies toner all over his face, and then he avoids applying moisturizer to his forehead area because he says that he tends to break out in that area when he does it. Next, we have facial massages. There's a lot of benefits to massage. Jung Ho-yeon, she actually shared how she massages her eye area to depuff this area in Vogue's Get Ready With Me series. This one I thought was very interesting. It's Chi from Twice. She says that she layers on multiple sheet masks at a time. I don't know if I love the idea of like mixing things on my skin like that at the same time. I like to let things absorb in between. Gorgeous girl, amazing skin. I just maybe that is definitely a secret to me because I would never thought of doing that myself. This is one of the more famous Korean beauty secrets that I've heard of and that I've seen throughout the years, and it is from Suzy, who is super famous, and I see her pretty much everywhere, and that is her cleansing 4-4 method. She uses a cleansing oil on her skin for at least 4 minutes, then she uses a foam cleanser on her skin for 2 minutes, and then she rinses her skin in water for another 4 minutes. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed all of these Korean beauty secrets and tips I was able to find online. I hope you guys also enjoyed me taking the Korean Kimchi 7-day challenge. I actually really liked it. I think I'm gonna continue throwing kimchi on everything I eat because it honestly made everything tastes so much better. And again, I will link the specific one I was trying in this video in the description box below with the discount code. And as always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!